If you are with Modi, you are with India. If you are against Modi, you are anti-India. This single most statement made Tejasvi Surya a sensation overnight, and today he happens to be the BJP MP from Bangalore South. Tejasvi Surya is an interesting character, having risen to fame in politics at a considerably young age, and also an interesting character because of his controversial views and tweets. Tejasvi Surya, like our very own Kangana Didi, manages to stay in the limelight by saying or tweeting something radical, hateful or stupid every time. And today we are talking about one such act of Tejasvi Surya which happened a few days back. If I am to tell you this incident in one sentence, Tejasvi Surya stormed into the Bangalore South Zone COVID war room, exposed the scam like a hero, and then turned this scam into a Hindu Khatre Mein Hai thing to become the usual bigot that he is. So today we are talking about the bed blocking scam of Bangalore, what it is, how was it exposed, and how it was turned communal by Tejasvi Surya. My name is Ishan Fauzdar and you are watching The Upfront. Our story begins on 4th of May when Tejasvi Surya calls for a press conference, and here is what he says.
So many people, there's a nexus of certain BBMP officers, certain Arogya Mitras in hospitals and certain private agents outside who have made this bribe for bed scam.
Now first of all, let me explain to you, break down to you what this entire scam is about, what it is. Due to rising COVID cases, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, B.S. Yedurappa, ordered all private hospitals and nursing homes to reserve 80% of beds for COVID patients. The Karnataka government also set up COVID war rooms which were responsible for monitoring remdesivir, oxygen and all those sorts of stuff. 26 government officials were appointed to manage these rooms, and these rooms worked under BBMP, which is essentially Bangalore's municipal corporation. Now these rooms played a major role in allocating beds to COVID patients. The usual procedure would be that one would call the helpline of a room, the room would register the call, ask if the patient is symptomatic or asymptomatic, and if the patient is symptomatic, it would allocate the patient a bed in some hospital and book that bed with the name of this patient. Now Tejasvi Surya alleges that these COVID war rooms are involved in a fraud, in a scam. He says that whenever these rooms get a call and the patient is asymptomatic, these rooms tell the patient to home quarantine, but then at the same time they book a bed by the name of this patient, although this patient is at home. Then they sell these beds at a very high prices, and this is the reason why all the beds in Bangalore are always shown as sold out on the COVID helpline website on the Bangalore Karnataka government site. This is the entire bride for bed scam which Tejasvi Surya is alleging. First impressions for this expose by Surya, very impressive. The man actually got above his party lines to expose a scam in a state which is ruled by a party he is a part of, the Bharatiya Janata Party. Very impressive. But this praise didn't last long. Immediately after the press conference called by Surya, this video started floating around.
Mansoor Ali, Tahir Ali Khan, Sadiq Basha, Muhammad Zayed, Alsai Sair, Umair Khan, Salman Hurif, Zamir Pasha, Zabiullah Khan, Sayyid Hasnain, Sayyid Shahid, Shahid Shabazz, MD Yunus, Sayyid Moin Shah, Sayyid Muyesh Shah, Al Saeed.
Who is this?
Who are these people?
ಏನು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಾ ಏನು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಾ ನೀವು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಮದ್ರಸಾಗೆ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಾ ನೀವು
I showed you a part of this video, the most controversial part, but I have linked the entire video in the description. You can watch the entire video for yourself. Meanwhile, let me break down what happened in this video and the context. Before the press conference, Tejasvi Surya and other ministers, other BJP ministers, one of whom is also his uncle, stormed into the BBMP South Zone COVID war room and started questioning Thulasi Madineni, who is the South Zone in charge special commissioner. And in this scuffle, in this entire scuffle, Tejasvi Surya, as I showed you in the video, read out 16 names, 16 Muslim names, and asked the in charge who appointed them. Mind you, the room had 204 employees working, but Surya selectively only named 17 Muslims. Immediately after Tejasvi Surya's this reading out names, his uncle, the other BJP minister, asked or alleged or whatever he did, he asked the in charge, is this a madrasa? Tejasvi Surya and the other BJP ministers, without any explanation or evidence, accused 17 Muslims and in essence the entire Muslim community for this scam by selectively picking and reading out Muslim names from the employee list of that room. And later, when Surya was asked why he did that, he gave an excuse that he read out names from a list which was given to him by the Joint Commissioner. Why does Tejasvi Surya have a problem with Muslims trying to help the country in times of a national health crisis? Why does Tejasvi Surya have a problem with Hindus and Muslims working harmoniously together? And why does Tejasvi Surya have a problem with the Muslim community as a whole? I'll tell you why. Because Tejasvi Surya is suffering from a virus which is far more dangerous than SARS-CoV-2. This is called the virus of bigotry. Oh, and let me tell you that after this press conference, an investigation was undertaken by the Bengaluru police, and the Bengaluru police arrested 4 people for this scam. Let me read out the names for you. The names were Rihan, Rohit, Shashi and Netravati. Rihan, Shashi, Rohit and Netravati. Does this scam have anything to do with their religion? No. Why did I read out these names then? I read out these names to tell you that this is not about religion. This is not about Hindu Muslim. This is not about Hindu Khatre Mein Hai. Corruption has nothing to do with anyone's religion. And this scam is not about Muslim community conspiring against Hindus or the country as is being alleged or shown by Tejasvi Surya and his other BJP subordinates. Well, let's now talk about the aftermath of this communal artistry by Tejasvi Surya and his BJP counterparts. First of all, after the conference, Surya claimed that the number of beds increased. This is false because the number of beds did not increase. Normal beds which were already available are still available. There was a scarcity of ICU beds and ventilator beds, and there is still a scarcity. So nothing has in essence improved. Second, WhatsApp messages were drafted and circulated immediately after the circulation of this video. These WhatsApp messages claimed that these 17 Muslims were terrorists. These claimed that these 17 Muslims made it difficult for Hindus to get beds. And these WhatsApp messages claimed that these 17 Muslims had blood on their hands. Now, is this not the fault of Tejasvi Surya and his uncle Arvind Subramania, who repeatedly made communal remarks against Muslims? His uncle Arvind Subramania is also a BJP MP. Is this what our leaders are supposed to do? Minutes after this video, a BBMP helpline staffer received a call from a patient, and the patient said, and I quote, "Is there a Muslim call receiver next to you? How many more are they going to kill?" End quote. Tell me now, how are the COVID patients going to be helped if they don't trust their helpers? Tell me why these people, these BJP ministers should not be booked under section 153A and 153B of the Indian Penal Code for spreading discontent and distrust amongst religious communities. Tell me why these BJP ministers should not be sacked, should not be booked under section 124A of Indian Penal Code for seditious speech, which might push a country into a state when COVID patients will not trust their helpers, they will not come out, and we will go into a deeper spiral of this pandemic becoming even more dangerous. Tell me why these BJP ministers should not be sacked for their utter irresponsibility, ignorance and fanaticism. And let me tell you that this is not the first time with Tejasvi Surya. He has a history of making communal remarks. once he said that the Muslims were responsible for BJP's loss in Jayanagar in 2019 elections because Jayanagar is a Muslim populated area, and he called for BJP to become a Hindu party. He has repeatedly called BJP to become an absolute Hindu party, which goes in complete contravention to our constitution. He even called for Hindus to take control of the state of India, an absolute control which would make India a Hindu Rashtra. So much for secularism. And let me tell you that this is not even the beginning. During the anti-CAA protest, this Tejasvi Surya called the Muslims who were protesting against CAA as Pancharwalas, and he has repeatedly made chauvinistic remarks against women and especially against Muslim women. After all of this communal painting, communal artistry by Tejasvi Surya and other BJP counterparts, I am not sad about Tejasvi Surya. He is a proud bigot and he will remain to be a proud bigot. I am sad at we, the people of India, who chose such bigots to power. Think about this for a while I show you the pictures of Muslims helping Hindus at cremation sites and Hindus and Muslims working harmoniously together to get the country out of this pandemic, and while I read a quote from Daniel Webster. Nothing will ruin the country if the people themselves will undertake its safety, and nothing can save it if they leave the safety in any hands but their own. If you like the work that we are doing, if you like this video, please do give us a big fat thumbs up. Please do share this video with your friends and family to know the kind of bigots we have in our political system. And press the bell icon so that you get regular notification and don't miss a video whenever we upload a new video. Thank you so much.